Method number one is the principle of time and saving time. You see, every human being is hardwired to value their time. You can even get them to give it a dollar amount. Where I learned this was in Rome. Waiting in a line for the Sistine Chapel can take you anywhere from half an hour to 2 hours and from 1 kilometer to 2 kilometers long. But as a guide, I could walk my group right past all those to the very front and march them straight into the Sistine Chapel because I'd pre-booked ahead. And it's as if I've just painted the Sistine Chapel for them right there and then because I've saved them time and they know it. Can you save your customers time? Of course we can. Think about ways you can add value by saving them time. Method number two is what we call the principle of the upgrade. You see, again, imagine you get on a plane, you get upgraded from economy to premium economy. What's the difference anyway, really? The seat covers are different, the seat leg room is slightly more, but other than that, the service is the same. And yet you'll be the first person to put on your update on social media, woohoo, I got the upgrade. And why? Because it's a feeling. Getting an upgrade is just a feeling. It doesn't even have to equate to a large dollar amount. So can we give our customers the sensation of being upgraded by how we deliver our service? Of course, think about how. So principle number three is the principle of crisis conversion. And that's where you can literally take a difficult situation and solve it for your customers. Some people don't like those, but me, I love getting them because I've learned that you can really get extra value and mileage with your customers by doing so. I was on a tour in Venice where 3 people end up being hit by a vehicle and hospitalized, yet I've still got to run a tour group with 47 other passengers. I spent 2 hell days transiting between Venice City and the hospital, making sure everything runs smoothly. By the end of the second day, I get back to the hotel in the early hours of the morning and I find boxes of chocolates, bottles of wine, and 400 euros on the bar. And why? Because the other people on the tour had seen me respond to that crisis situation and respected the fact I'd stepped up and dealt with it to the best of my ability. Even if you don't solve the whole crisis, they start to value you more. So how can you take hot potatoes, crises from your customers and give them a solution or part thereof? Think about it. Principle number 4, also learn on tour. The drive between Rome and Venice can be quite long and pretty boring. But when you learn that there's this little city called Maranello halfway along the track, you can divert in there. And anybody who loves cars may already know Maranello because it's the home of Ferrari. So in summer, we could divert and they get to see the black horses racing around the track in between the F1 season. They get to see the museum, as modest as it is, with Enzo's history and track of vehicles. And by the end of the tour, even though people have seen Notre Dame Cathedral, they've been to the Sistine Chapel, they've been in the Colosseum, they've been to the top of the Swiss mountains, why is it that the highlight of the trip was the Ferrari Museum? Put simply, it's because they weren't expecting it. It's the principle of giving them a wow factor. When you give people something they do not expect, that's what they will value most. How can you do something left field for your customers?